Good morning, guys. July the 16th here in Central Illinois. Social Security Day for me. Thanks to everybody who's continually working. I appreciate it. It comes in handy. While I'm thinking about it, I wanted to tell you guys, I know there are a few individuals from Illinois that sometimes look in on this video. August the 2nd and the 3rd, at Silver Creek Museum, that is south of Freeport, Illinois. They're going to have what I call steam and tractor days. They've got a railway there. I think it's called a Hessler or a Heisler, a steam locomotive that pulls passenger cars. They'll be running that both Saturday and Sunday. And as I understood it, if they've got room for $20, you can ride on the footplate of that locomotive. So just go out to their Silver Creek Museum webpage. They'll give you all types of information. There's the railway there. There's the museum. They've got a large Colossus stationary steam engine in one of their buildings that they run. It's a 3-hour drive for me, but I'm seriously thinking about taking a road trip, getting out here at about 7 o'clock in the morning and getting up there at about 10. It's almost a straight shot up for me up Route 39. So we'll see, but it's something I'm thinking about. The other thing I thought I'd show you is how we're coming along here with the crane. We plugged the holes, we stripped the roof, and what I'm thinking about doing is, this is not how I'm going to mount the whistle, but what I'm going to do is, that peg is a 1/16 of an inch, and I really don't want to take and just drill a hole in it, put it in there, and solder it. What I'm planning to do is, I've got brass rod, solid rod. One's a little bit smaller than the other. The bigger one right here is virtually the same size diameter as the whistle. What I'll do is I'll chuck this up in my lathe. I'll drill a 1/16 of a hole in one end, and in the other end I'll drill a big enough hole for a 440 bolt, and then I'll shorten it accordingly, and then I can drill a hole and I can mount it on the top. I think that will be my best bet. I think the pedestal would be just a little bit higher than the bottom of my pulley here. I don't want it to overshadow the smokestack, but that's what I'm planning on doing. It should be relatively easy. The problem of it is getting it short enough so that I've got enough thread that when I thread it through, I need at least one turn. One turn will hold it absolutely perfect. That's all I need, but I need that much thread. And when you're threading something shallow, what I'll do is I'll start long and I'll keep cutting it off on the lathe until I've got it exactly right. So that's where we're going with that rascal. The other thing is, this guy's off of Pride Lines. He's absolutely perfect for this type of vehicle. He's actually proportional. He can step through that door and not hit himself in the head. The other thing, I've got both wheels on the crane lift. This works real good, and I also have found out that just by how I adjust it, I can make it either freewheeling or I can give it some tension. So I'm going to, and I use lock washers on this to get the desired effect, but I'm going to put some tension on this so that I can use it to lift the hook up and let it down, but that the weight of the hook won't pull it down. It'll be firm enough that it's not just going to spin to the bottom. So that's what we're looking at with that. That's really came together well. Of course, I got to cut the shaft off there, get it to the proper length, and I may try and put a drum in the center. I'll have to see whether or not I can put a drum in it and turn the rod sideways and thread it through, and then back out the other side to see if there's enough room for that. That's what I'd like to do, but what I'd like to do and what I'll wind up doing are two different things. So, and we got some stuff up here that we're running today. I haven't ran a whole lot of stuff of late, and I got a Lionel 258 down there and a string of four-wheel freight cars, which I've always rather enjoyed. Lionel also took that and turned it into a 257 Ives, just changed the plates on it. I always call this thing a mini 384 because they really look a lot alike. There's a variety of box cars and cattle cars of different colors. I've got most of them, but not all of them. I think I'm lacking about 2 or 3 to have a complete set. And then I decided it would be nice to pull some of this 1 gauge with a steam engine with my Bing. So we've got that set up there. Those cars pull hard for that steam engine. It's light compared to the electrics. And for some reason I lose power at the far end of the loop with this particular locomotive, and I don't know why. But it looks good with those early Ives 1 gauge. And then on my bottom outside loop, I've got that big 060 switcher that somebody made. And like I said before, all of those wheels, all those drive wheels, that's completely geared. And all of them have got flanges on it. And what I don't understand is I can put it on the 41-inch or 42-inch circle on the inside, and it navigates it. So I don't know how they built it to do it, but it does it, and does it with no trouble. So I just put a new coupler on the front, and I like to run a little bit of work train freight, whatever, but it does a pretty good job. I bought the engine off of eBay, and I bought the tender, which was painted Blue Comet blue off of Stout's auction here a few years back, and the engine needed a tender, and I thought a slope back, since it's a switcher, would do it just fine. It worked out pretty good. Well, this is hump day, and next week it's going to be oppressive as hell. In the upper 90s and extremely humid. So this is probably where I'll spend most of my time. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. Oh, one other thing I wanted to show you. I got my rubber stamp, as you can see, Union Pacific. This is 1 inch square. And what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and get this all painted up, rubber stamp it. And if I like the way it looks, we'll mount it somewhere here on the side of the crane. We'll just have to see how that turns out. That's what I did with this particular goose. I painted it, I did the striping, and then I did the rubber stamping and mounted it to the side. So I think it would look good on the side of the crane here. Like I say, we'll just have to see. All right, that's it for now. You guys have a great hump day and a good rest of the week, and we'll talk with you later. Toodaloo.